Make sure you use your cup if you need to. I always forget to use mine.
Yeah, I don't even think about it. It's just.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley.
And my name is Lorena.
And welcome to Melanin Madness.
So, what is Melanin Madness? It's a show highlighting the struggle.
The struggle?
Yes, girl, the struggle that brown women face every day. Each episode sheds light on an issue unique to living in this world as a brown woman.
Today's topic is hair. This can be a touchy topic because our hair is so complex. It comes in many different patterns, from the corkscrew curl with 3C hair, to the S-shaped curl with 4A, to the Z-shaped curl with 4B, and lastly, the tight coily curls with 4C.
The struggle is to understand your individual curl pattern and find products that work best. The reality is that you may indeed have both 4A and 4B hair, and that is where it gets complicated. How do you become comfortable with your natural hair and learn to manage it and rock it with confidence?
How many times have y'all gone into your local store but failed to find the products that work for your hair? The aisles are filled with Dove, Garnier Fructis, Pantene, and the list goes on. However, there's usually a small section, maybe even just a shelf, that has ethnic hair care products. Mainstream brands are finally recognizing this untapped market potential and are starting to offer hair care lines that cater to women of color.
The power of multicultural beauty consumer is expanding. Reports find that while the U.S. hair care market overall is somewhat stagnant, there's an impressive growth in sale products for natural hair and ethnic hair products. Research firm Mintel reports that the black hair care market is expected to reach $2.86 billion by 2022.
Some of my favorite hair care products we have here today, they include Shea Moisture, Curls, Cantu, and Cream of Nature. Have you ever heard of a curl box?
Curl box is an experience. Each month, we send our VIP subscribers 5 to 7 premium hair samples for naturally curly hair.
It's like Christmas every month because you don't know what you're gonna get. You get excited to try these new brands that you never heard of before. Sometimes it's like, you know, brands that you tried in the past that you may have forgotten about, and then it's like you fall in love with them all over again.
Curlbox isn't just a company. Curlbox is a movement. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of life.
Let's talk about the stigma that black hair doesn't grow. This is a myth that I have heard all my life, so let's crack it. Black hair, because it's curly, can be weaker than straight hair. Each bend in the strand represents a weak point in the hair shaft, which makes it more prone to breakage. All this means is that it takes a little more TLC to avoid breakage. So we tend to have shorter hair, but that doesn't mean it doesn't grow.
Now let's talk about perms versus extensions versus natural hair. Do you know the difference? Well, a perm is known as a relaxer and is a chemical process that straightens hair. When you use the term weave, it is usually referring to protective styles like braids or faux locks like myself. They can also be sewn in. That requires you to actually have braids or have it glued down to a wig cap.
For much of the Black American experience, we have been encouraged to look as European as possible. So straightening our hair with chemicals like perms or a hot comb was the only way that black women would look presentable for a long time. If you want it to be beautiful or have a good job, your hair better not look as black as possible.
Don't you have a job interview on Monday?
Yeah, I do.
Aren't you gonna straighten your hair?
Mom, can we not do this today?
Oh my God. What kind of job do you...
Hey, sorry I'm late. My hair was so nappy this morning.
Hey, Jody, you met Tracy?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's got the wild and crazy hair I was telling you about.
I really don't think they're gonna be hiring you with your hair looking all wild like that.
Do you know who you look like? Solange.
You know, I remember back in my day, you know, you couldn't even walk into
Oh my God, did you cut your hair?
I love this new, like, black bohemian hipster thing you've been doing with your afro.
No, Macy Gray.
I know you're into this natural movement and you're all into this radical and revolutionary stuff.
It's so trendy.
Who do you think you are, Angela Davis?
No, Foxy Cleopatra. Shazam!
So have you ever straightened your hair before?
Do you wash your hair?
I think it'd look really cute on you.
Can I touch?
No.
Your hair looks so different every time I see you.
Please? No. Can I please touch? No.
Can you even get a comb through this bush?
Mom.
I don't even know if it's you half the time.
You don't look at my face. Look at it. See, you running your hands through it is like messing up.
Running? You think I'm like, running my hands through this?
It's so crazy every time.
Looks like a pillow.
You can't even walk through your hair. Skip, nothing.
I want to sleep in it.
It's confusing for me.
It's disheartening that the image of women with naturally curly hair is not represented throughout the media. Little girls are growing up and not seeing anyone on television that looks like them. So what message are we as a society sending to them?
Dolls of all brands, including Barbie, are now making dolls on display that display ethnic hairstyles, but the stigma that Caucasian dolls with straight hair are still better remain.
There have been numerous doll tests performed with children as a social experiment, and the results have shown the same. Let's take a look.
Doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? And which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because she's white and he has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Like me?
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Okay.
That doll.
¿Cuál muñeco es bonito? ¿Cuál muñeco es feo? ¿Cuál muñeco es malo?
Ninguno.
¿Cuál muñeco es malo?
Este.
¿Y por qué?
Porque, bueno, este es moreno y este es blanco.
¿Cuál muñeco es feo? ¿Por qué?
Porque a mí no me gusta el color café.
¿Cuál muñeco te gusta más?
Este.
¿Cuál muñeco es bueno?
Este.
¿Y por qué?
Porque no me dan miedo los güeros porque tengo más confianza con un poco más así como este. No tengo mucha confianza.
Miss Zoe Terry is an 11-year-old girl living in Dade County, South Florida. She created a nonprofit organization that gives brown and black dolls to little girls so that they can have a doll that looks like them.
I do Zoe's dolls because I want little brown girls to know that their image is beautiful and that they are just special just the way they are.
Zoe Terry isn't your typical kid. At just 9 years old, this South Florida girl is doing her part to make the world a better place. And she's doing it by spreading joy to others, one doll at a time.
Every year around Christmas time, my mom would make me give away one of my toys. And when I was 5, I told her I didn't want to do that anymore.
Zoe had a better idea. Instead of just donating her toys, she said she wanted to start her own company in order to give little girls like herself dolls made in their image. So every year on her birthday, she asks friends, family, and local community members to donate dolls of color. She says she was inspired to start the project after being bullied because of the way she looks.
It makes me feel very sad, and that's one of the biggest purpose of Zoe's dolls, to make girls feel that their image is beautiful, that they are just special.
There are a few books that I found online that highlight little girls with ethnic hair, which I think is great. These books show little girls embracing their hair and allows the reader to read something that shows them that they are just as beautiful with their kinky, curly, or afro hair.
The last thing that I want to discuss are things that you shouldn't say to a woman with ethnic hair.
We can all relate that we have heard people say things about our hair and we have either just laughed at the comment or moved on, and maybe our feelings were hurt and we took offense to it.
Comments like, is that your real hair? Or do you wash your hair every day? Or my personal favorite, you look so beautiful with your hair straight. You should wear like that more often.
Here's a clip from a Dark and Lovely commercial that shows what not to say to a natural hair girl.
Here's what not to say to a natural girl.
Can I touch your hair? Hey! Just my hair!
Your hair, it's so big.
Is that your real hair? How do you make your hair do that? Excuse me, could you move your afro?
It's blocking the screen. Hey babe, that headscarf is it's really killing my mood.
Oh my gosh.
Question, can you wear a hat?
Can you wear a hat?
Aren't you hot? Don't you want to swim? Don't worry about your hair. Come on, jump in.
A woman's hair is our crown. And for brown women, sometimes the struggle can be real.
Sometimes you may see me with straight, long hair, and the very next day, I may have braids.
And the day after, I might just have my natural curls out. Either way, it's fine to give a compliment or ask questions, but there is a way to do it.
And by all means, please do not ask, can I touch your hair? That is all we have for today here at Melanin Madness. I hope that you guys have learned something new and can share with a friend or two.
We encourage you to continue these conversations. Post on your social media using hashtag #WeAreMelaninMadness.
And let us know your thoughts.
That is right. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and join us next week as we discuss influential women who are authors, entertainers, and more. From Mrs. Michelle Obama to Shonda Rhimes to Beyonce and more. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, bye guys.
Phenomenally. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me dancing, it ought to make you proud.